Shalom in Roma, we are say Shalom Aleinu. Say Shalom in Roma, we are say Shalom Aleinu. Say Shalom in Roma, we are say Shalom Aleinu. Say Shalom in Roma. We are saying Shalom Aleichem. Ve'akol Yisrael.
No.
Ve'akol Yoshvei Ve'akol Yisrael ve'himeru. Amen. Shalom ben Roma. We are saying Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Biloma, we are saying Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Biloma, we are saying Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Biloma, we are saying Shalom Aleichem. Ve'akol Yisrael, ve'akol Yoshvei Tzidel. Ve'akol Yisrael ve'himeru. Amen. with harp and with lyre, resounding strings rejoice. Let's sing in this world all as one choir with every single voice. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Welcome, everybody. We're so happy you're here. I know these are unprecedented times. Welcome, everybody. We're so happy you're here. I know this is unprecedented times. Please know that Jewish Columbus is here for you. If you need anything, please contact us. Thank you for spending the next half an hour with us. We know that we aren't together in person, but we are together as a community. A huge thank you to PJ Library and to the amazing staff at Jewish Columbus. And a huge thank you to Nefesh Mountain. So without further ado, I'm so pleased and honored to welcome Doni and Eric from Nefesh Mountain. Take it away.
Hey, everybody.
How are you, everybody?
Happy early Passover.
It's so good to be here and see you all. I wish we were in person, but this is pretty good to be together like this.
As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and you shall follow Moses' path, oh Lord, show me the way. Oh, brothers, let's go down, come on down. Oh, brothers, let's go down in the river to pray. So I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and you shall follow Miriam's path, oh Lord, show me the way. Oh, sisters, let's go down, come on down. Oh, sisters, let's go down in the river to pray.
Hi, friends. Happy almost Passover. It's so great to be here. I'm Doni, and this is my husband, Eric, and we're
Hey, everybody.
here from our home, and so grateful to be zooming into your home. Sorry. Passover is definitely one of my favorite holidays. Don't you love Passover?
I do love Passover.
We love Passover for so many reasons. But one of the reasons I love the most about Passover is actually because the story of Passover is really, if you think about it, about getting through a tough time. That's what happens to the Jews. It's a story about the Jews getting through a really tough time. And I think that right now we're kind of going through a tough time. There's a lot of crazy things happening, and we're going to get through it. And so that's why I love Passover, especially right now in today's world, as a reminder that no matter what, we're going to get through it. And no matter what, we have each other, and we're going to still be together. Because even now we're apart, but we're still together. So we're going to sing a song about being together. Even though we're not exactly together, we are together because we can see each other like this. Please sing along if you know the words.
Yai-da-dai with us.
Oh yeah, yai-da-dai. Yai-da-da-dai. Do that one more time. We come from a tale told long ago, passed on by the waves and the wind. We've made it this far together, you know. Come, brothers and sisters, let's sing. Ready? Dikdei matu, kumanai, sheretachim gam yachad. Dikdei matu, kumanai, sheretachim gam yachad. Dikdei matu, kumanai, sheretachim gam yachad. Dikdei matu, kumanai. Come gather round and hear the song. Ignore your wandering kind. You can make it alone, but just so you know,
we leave no one behind.
Our mothers and fathers who weather the storms, who strong in the trials of their times. So we brothers and sisters, the door by door, carry on this song in our lives. He came on to Manai, Shevetachim Kamyachai. He came on to Manai, Shevetachim Kamyachai.
We'll sing out this song for years to come, in a story without an end, for how good it is to be alone.
Our brothers and sisters and friends unite. He came on to Manai, Shevetachim Kamyachai. He came on to Manai, Shevetachim Kamyachai. Put your hand up on the screen with me. Everybody, let's touch each other's hands. Cool.
That was fun. How good it is to be together.
So
now,
good.
we can't see you, but I can feel you somehow on the phone. I can see all you guys, and I feel connected to everybody. We are Nefesh Mountain. We're so happy to be celebrating an early Passover with you guys. I can't wait for Passover. It's one of my favorite holidays every year. It's a time to get together with our friends and tell the story. And I love the story of Passover. It's this beautiful and sometimes a little scary story about our people and our ancestors. And for those of you guys who maybe don't know the story a whole lot yet, I'm still kind of, every year I uncover a new aspect that talks to me. But there was a bad man whose name was Pharaoh. And he was the Pharaoh. And the Jews, all of our ancestors were slaves thousands of years ago in the land of Egypt. And the Pharaoh was the kind of king of the land, but there was a man named Moses who was the hero, and Miriam. Moses and Miriam, we talked about them before. They're the kind of heroes of the story. And Moses kept going up to Pharaoh saying, Pharaoh, let my people go. Let us be free finally. There's no reason to treat people like this. And Pharaoh kept saying no to Moses. So eventually there was this thing that called the plagues, the 10 plagues. And all of this weird and bad stuff started happening all throughout the land of Egypt. Like there were frogs and locusts and boils, and you'll learn more about that on Wednesday at the Seder. But these plagues happened, and the Pharaoh got so fed up that he said to Moses, he's like, he was so annoyed by the whole thing. He said, please just leave me alone, take your people and get out. So Moses took all of his people, Moses and Miriam, they led the pack, and everyone threw everything in their homes on the backs of mules and on camels, and they took everybody. Remember, they didn't have time to bake bread, so they made matzah instead, and they all ran all the way, and they were free, and they were so excited all the way until they got to the edge of the Red Sea. And at the edge of the Red Sea, they didn't really know where to go. And we're going to play a couple songs about this part of the story. Moses, Moses, don't get lost in that Red Sea. Smite your rod and come across in that Red Sea.
Miriam, Miriam, take my hand in that Red Sea. Oh, take me out of Egypt there in that Red Sea.
Oh, Pharaoh and his host got lost.
Got lost.
Pharaoh and his host got lost.
Red Sea. Pharaoh and his host got lost. Got lost. Pharaoh and his host got lost.
In that Red Sea. Moses, Moses, don't get lost in that Red Sea. Smite your rod and come across in that Red Sea.
Miriam, Miriam, take my hand in that Red Sea. Take me out of Egypt there in that Red Sea.
Oh, Pharaoh and his
Pharaoh and his host got lost. Pharaoh and his host got lost. Got lost. Pharaoh and his host got lost. So the Jews were up in the Red Sea, and they were trying to get across, but they realized, how are they going to get across the sea? It's going to be too hard. And they looked back, and Pharaoh changed his mind, and he was starting to run behind them. And all of a sudden, a miracle happened. The sea parted, and suddenly the Jews could get through. So as these Jews were getting through the Red Sea, they started to sing a song. And Moses was singing, and Miriam was singing, and everybody was singing, and they were so excited to finally get through the Red Sea. And this is the song that they sang. So we get to the other side and we have freedom. And I just want to say something about Passover this year that's a little different maybe than other Passovers, which is how different things are right now for us in the world. And in a strange way, it's almost like we can relate to Passover even more because it's almost like we kind of have a little bit of a plague going on right now with this. I'm sure you guys have heard about this coronavirus, and it's this yucky, like the cooties are going around the world, and it's not great. But as we remember and as we learned, every year we learn this, we will get through. We will get through just like Moses and Miriam and all of our ancestors, and all of our history has always shown that we survive. So we're going to get through this yucky virus. We're going to get through this time, and next Passover we'll be together in person. And one thing that's so special about all of this is remembering how our history is so much of what makes up who we are. And our history is our grandparents and their parents and their grandparents. And there's something called Ledor Vador, which is from generation to generation to generation. And that's what the story of Passover reminds us. And that's what being here together reminds us. And all of us, you know, we're going to go on and on with our history and our traditions, and we're going to get through all of it together. So we're going to sing with you our version of this beautiful, beautiful Ledor Vador message of from generation to generation. And we wrote this for you as a song of love. And we love you so much. And this is for you, Ledor Vador. And if you know the words to this song, please sing along with us.
There is a past in every portrait. There is a truth in every tale. And all the days that came before us, there is the wind upon our sail.
There is a forest in every father as he stands amidst the wild. There is a mountain in every mother, the sturdy force of heart and mind. Door by door, melody, Lord, the light in us shines on and on. Door by door, melody, Lord, time may pass, but it's never gone.
It's never gone.
There is no story without a sadness, not a life without love. As we look back to the days that have passed us, we hold on to the lives above. There is a dream in all the waters. There is a song in all the songs, and everyone is pure as water. Has a home from which they come. The doors are torn down. Lord, let the light in us shines on and on. For my door down deep, Lord, never time may pass, but it's never gone. It's never gone. So I want everybody right now to give yourself a big hug. Give yourself a hug. It's like this. Because we might not be able to hug each other, but we can hug ourselves. And now I want you to sing with me these words, okay? We're gonna sing, the light in us shines on, okay? Every single person watching, please sing with us, okay? It's like this, ready? The light in us shines on. Try with me. The light in us shines on. Let's do it again. The light in us shines on. The light in us shines on. You have such beautiful voices. One more. The light in us shines on. Shining on. Shining on. You know.
So we're going to hear a message from somebody now, but don't go away because we still have one more song before we say goodbye. We'll be back.
Shalom, and happy Passover. On behalf of my colleagues in Columbus City Council, Rob Dorns, Shayla Favor, Mitch Brown, Priscilla Tyson, President Pro Tem Elizabeth Brown, and Emmanuel Remy, we thank you for attending Jewish Columbus's Passover Seder. We're here today because Passover is a celebration. It's a celebration of spring, birth, and rebirth, a journey from slavery to freedom, and of taking responsibility for ourselves, the community, and the world. I often think about my first Seder that I attended and the song Dayenu. It references the different historical contexts the Israelites experienced from slavery in Egypt to the building of the temple in Israel. Dayenu reminds us that if God didn't do anything else, it would be enough. In this unprecedented time, I'm thankful and content because what we have right now is sufficient. God has blessed us with homes and with families and with communities to support us in this difficult time. And as we continue to rely on each other, I ask that we keep this same spirit of remembering, of support, of gratefulness, of faithfulness, and we will get on the other side. In closing, I'd like to recognize and thank Joe Markovich and Jewish Columbus for being creative in organizing the Seder this evening. We are so thankful for each and every one of you.
Thank you so much to Columbus City Council President Shannon Harding for your wise words and for your Passover message. We are still fundraising for our community's most vulnerable and needy. Please make a donation by going to www.givetocolumbus.org and make a donation because every dollar matters. Please check out Nefesh Mountain at www.nefeshmountain.com to purchase amazing music that your family will love. From our family to your family, wish you a happy Passover. As they say next year in Jerusalem, let's add this year, next year, with more of our loved ones as well. Here to close us with a final song is Nefesh Mountain. Thanks, everybody.
Daddy.
Hi, everybody.
We're back. We have one more song for you guys, and it's one of our favorites. And it's on the PJ Library CD that we put out, the Songs from the Mountain album. And this is a song that was found by a guy named Alan Lomax, who found all this cool folk music all over the world, and it actually comes from the Caribbean. And I say this because it didn't come from America, it didn't come from these lands that we're on now. It came from the Caribbean, this kind of other land, but it's a song that speaks to all of us throughout the world. And the whole world is in the same place right now. For the first time in my life, we're all on the same page. We all just need to care for each other and love each other. And even though we can't put out a hand, like Doni said, and hug somebody or shake somebody's hand like we're used to, we still can say that with words, and we can listen to people and hear what they need in this world. And this song is called I Want to Hear Somebody Pray. And it's about all that cool stuff. It's about all that. And I'm going to teach it to you, and then we're going to try to sing it together. All right, repeat after me. Pretend you're at camp.
Okay, I'll be you. I'm gonna be the repeater.
You're going to be the repeater.
I'll be them.
Okay. I want to hear somebody pray. Try it.
I want to hear somebody pray.
I want to hear somebody pray.
I want to hear somebody pray.
The next words are down in the valley.
And you get your hands out.
You can go down in the valley and then over yonder. So we're going to go down in the valley and over yonder.
So try it with me. Everybody get your hands out. Moms and dads too. Everybody there. Ready? Down in the valley and over yonder.
And the fourth line, just like the first two, I want to hear somebody pray.
I want to hear somebody pray.
Got it?
They're awesome. I can tell.
I
You
know
guys
they
are
got
doing
it. They got
They
it.
did. Okay. I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray. Down in the valley and over yonder. I want to hear somebody pray. So again, ready? I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray. Down in the valley and over yonder. I want to hear somebody pray. If you're home, you can get up and dance a little for this one. It's a good dancing one.
My turn. I want to hear somebody pray. And I want to hear somebody pray. Down in that valley and over yonder. I want to hear all of you guys pray.
Sing it. Let's go. I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray. Down in the valley and over yonder. I want to hear somebody pray.
I want to hear somebody sing now.
I want to hear somebody sing. I want to hear somebody sing. Down in the valley and over yonder. I want to hear somebody. Now with all your roar. I want to. I can't hear you. Somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray. Down in the valley and over yonder.
Everyone sing.
I want to hear somebody pray down in the valley and over yonder. I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray down in the valley and over yonder. I want to hear somebody pray. So I want to hear if anybody wants to put extra love out to someone in their family who they don't get to see right now, they miss so much, which I know we all miss everybody. If you want on the chat that you can write, that you can type, put the names of just people that you miss, like that you would normally do. Maybe you miss your grandma and your grandpa, or maybe you just want to send love out to a friend, or you can just put the names of people that you love, or just anything that you miss or you love, or just anything you want to say to us right now. Please tell us, because we want to see you and we want to hear what you have to say. So just tell us if there's somebody that you are missing or loving, or maybe you can tell us something about Passover that you love. Just tell us about you a little bit here, just for a minute, because we really wish we could hang out. Let me see if I can read this. No, I don't know my glasses. Weird glasses. Are people writing? Can you tell us what you're missing and what your favorite things about Passover? Love you guys so much. I want to thank Jewish Columbus. I want to thank the PJ Library of Columbus, and Joel and Alyssa and Lori and all of you, and Kevin and everybody who's been involved in putting this program together. And I hope you eat lots and lots of matzah. And I hope that you are all okay and feeling good. And we're going to take 1 minute to pray really hard, everybody. Let's pray really, really a lot for all of the people that are taking care of those who are sick. Let's pray for all the doctors and all the nurses and everybody on the front line trying to help, because so many people are out there helping. And let's pray for our grandparents and our children. Just pray for the whole world. Let's all sing Somebody Pray. Somebody pray. Somebody pray. Somebody pray. Somebody pray. Happy Passover to all of you. Thank you so much for including us in this celebration. We love you so much. We know that we'll see you in person so soon. Thank you again to PJ Library and to Jewish Columbus and to all of you. We wish you a beautiful, beautiful Passover. We love you. That's great. First. You good?